Now look at the subheading. And the KJV side, it says, keep fervent in your love. Fervent in what? In this ministry. That's where you get the word fever from. So this ministry becomes a fever unto you. It's all you think about, right? So by doing that, you're going to live a simple life. Your life is the ministry, right? There you go. So it says, keep fervent in your love. Then on the NLT side, it says, living for God. In other words, living for Yahweh Shem Yahushai. That is the definement of our life, beginning with Elder Pastor on down. That's the definement of our life. We live for Yahweh Shem Yahushai. That's why we're even alive. I've come to realize that. Okay? Because honestly, if it wasn't for this knowledge, this truth, I wouldn't want to be in this world, man. Honestly. There's nothing in this world that's appealing to me. Everything is lies. You know, everything is vanity, lies, immorality, wickedness. Not for me, man. 1 Peter, the 4th chapter, the 1st verse, it says, for as much then as Yahushua have suffered for us in the flesh, arm yourselves likewise. So it's in our minds that we're going to suffer. And the reason is Yahushua himself suffered. So anytime you brothers out there, anytime you go through some suffering, just put it in your mind, well, wait a minute, Yahushua suffered. So who the hell am I not to suffer? That's the mentality you're supposed to have. And a lot of Israelites don't realize that, but this knowledge of ours is about suffering. This ministry of ours is about suffering. And it's through that suffering that we're made perfect. You have to go through the suffering, which means you're going to suffer in your body and your mind, or both. Okay? You're going to have health challenges. You're going to feel like, some days you're going to feel like you're going to drop dead that very day. You know, there's a scripture where it says, as dying and behold we live. It's one of my favorites, because that aptly defines us that are in the, all three of us that were at that indoor ministry, Elder Pastor, myself, Bishop Sakaran, all three of us are going through that. You know, with ailments in our bodies, not knowing if we're going to make it to the next day. As dying and behold we live. Like the scripture says. Okay? This is what Yahushua was going through. The scripture says he was a man acquainted with grief. That's in Isaiah. All right? So he went through the very same thing. So if he went through it, like he said, like Yahushua said, if the servant, which we're the servant, right? He said the servant is not greater than his master. Who's the master? Yahushua is the master. So if he went through it, you think we're not going to go through it? So Peter is saying here, Peter, by the way, was the head of the 12. He's saying here to have that in our minds. Arm yourself likewise with the same mindset. That's why there's another scripture where it is written, we have the mindset of Yahushua. Okay? For he that have suffered in the flesh have ceased from sin. And that's our goal, to cease from sin. We want to be perfect. And when Yahushua comes, he's going to make us perfect. Let me read that in the NLT. 1 Peter 4:1. So then, since Yahushua suffered physical pain, you must arm yourselves with the same attitude. See? And not too many brothers can do that, man. Not too many sisters can do that. That's why truly this thing of ours is only for the elect. They might suffer for a while. They might endure for a while, but after a while they say, man, I can't deal. I didn't sign up for this. I can't deal with this. And they tap out, you know. Now, we're not going to tap out. Job said, no, even if he kills me, I will maintain my trust in him. That's one of my favorites. Job said, though he slay me, yet will I maintain my trust in him. That's the attitude you got to have, that warrior attitude, that do or die attitude. Your attitude is nothing is going to pull me out of this truth. No matter what kind of chastisement Yahweh Shem Yahushai put on me, I'm going to remain in this truth. I'm going to serve Yahweh Shem Yahushai regardless. Because who else am I going to serve? If you're not serving Yahweh Shem Yahushai, obviously you're serving the devil. You're serving Satan. And I'm not going to serve Satan. I have the same attitude Yahushua had to Satan when Satan was trying to tell Yahushua to bow to him Yahushua basically told him, man, get lost. I'm not going to bow down to you. I'm above you. That's the attitude we got to have. We're above Satan, man. Just like Yahushua is above Satan. We're above Satan. Okay? We're not going to let Satan get to us, man, and corrupt our minds, corrupt our whole lives. That's why you got to live a simple life. Don't get too involved in things that are superfluous, things that are unnecessary. Keep a simple life. That's how you do it, man. 1 Peter 4:1, it says, so then, since Yahushua suffered physical pain, you must arm yourselves with the same attitude he had and be ready to suffer. The way you keep a simple life is concentrating on the things that are necessary. What's the most necessary thing in your life? This knowledge, this truth. Making the videos, studying, researching, watching. You're watching the prophecies. That's our life, man. Now, the people of the world, they'll call that boring. Oh, you guys are boring. Don't you ever have fun? Don't you believe in having fun? Listen, the word fun is from the Latin/Italian divertimento, which means to divert the mind. That's what the word for. Look up the word fun, okay? In a good dictionary. It's from the Latin, divertimento, which means to divert the mind. That's what fun does. The scripture says it's better for the mind to be in the house of mourning than to be in the house of mirth, which is joy, partying. And we certainly, and Apostle Tar said that at the lesson yesterday, the indoor ministry that we had. Apostle Tar said, he said, man, I was going to no clubs. I can't tell you when last I went to a club. Okay? It's got to be since I came into truth. Because before that, I was going to clubs. I was the guy, man, I used to go to a club in Brooklyn called Love People 1. What was it? Love People 1 or Love People 2. I actually saw a dude get shot at that club. That's what goes down at those clubs. That had to be in the late 1980s. Maybe 89, somewhere around there, early 1990, before I came into truth. I stopped going to clubs once I came into truth. Now I despise clubs. I despise them, man. I hate them, man. I can't stand them. And to me, when I watch people dancing in the club, to me, they look stupid. What are they dancing for? They're in hell. They're in captivity. They're in slavery. The top banking families are having their way with us, and you up there dancing like a monkey. You monkey dancing.